Today, I'm going to repair my surfboard. Alright, before I start working on the surfboard, wanted to say I'm making this one of my summer goals. I want to get out on the water and learn how to surf. I picked this surfboard up about 2 summers ago, and it's just been sitting on the wall. And I bought it with some damage. I think I've made a little bit more damage, but it's all minor. And I went online, I found some stuff to repair the fiberglass with, or the surfboard. And I'm going to do that, and I'm learning how to do that. I've never done it before, but we'll see how it turns out. Now I'm going to show you the damage that's on the surfboard. Right here, it went through the fiberglass, and then there's some damage right here. It's also in the fiberglass, and there's some minor hairline cracks. My nail gets picked up on it, but you can see there some hairline cracks. And there's one more back here where the fin goes. So these are the 3 products I will be using. We have the sanding resin and some fiberglass cloth. Then we have our Q-cell right here, all by the company called Denal, for surfboard repair products. Okay, here are the tools that you're going to need. Over on the left we have a sander to sand out the material of the surfboard that we don't need anymore. I have an electric one and an air one. This one is a little bit coarser sandpaper. Then we have 2 sanding blocks. Whatever's flat and works, I have those 2. Then we have the sanding paper. I have 180 and 80 grit here. So this one's a little bit more coarse than the 180. Then I also have 320, just don't have it here. Also a spreader to apply the product to the surfboard. Then mixing cups and popsicle sticks to mix the product in. And that's about it. Alright, so first part of the process on the repair with the surfboard is removing the damaged area, and I'm going to be doing that with the grinder, and remove these areas that I just showed you. Alright, so you also want to feather edge the area around the damage so the resin can adhere to the surfboard. Let's see how it looks here. So I grinded out what we don't need anymore, what was damaged. You can see inside here there's the Q-cell, the lighter, and then the fiberglass cloth on the upper part of it there. So got all 3 of them carved out there. This one was pretty deep, and yeah. So time to mix some Q-cell with our hardener and resin, show you that, and add it to the surfboard. Alright, so here we go. We're going to mix the resin with the Q-cell. So I want to pour some of this in there. Got a blue. I'm going to put about that much in to the resin and see what kind of viscosity we want here. You just want it so it looks nice and kind of fluffy. So now we're going to add the hardener in, and this only takes a few drops. I'm going to do like 7 drops. Going to add the filler right into the hole here. Even it out with the popsicle stick there. Now this is all gonna come off. Here we got this one, I taped off the little fin port there so it won't get in there, mess it up. I'm gonna fill this one just like the other one. All right, so the resin has dried up and getting ready to sand. This is how it is, all dried up. It's pretty hard there. Got all of them good. See how this one came out. So probably stuck to it here. And that's how that one looks. All right, I have the sanding block with some 80 grit sandpaper. I'm gonna sand down the resin. Now when you sand, I'm not using a lot of pressure. I'm just letting the sandpaper do the work. You don't really want to, put some elbow into it or anything like that. Just let the sandpaper do its job, and yeah, take your time. All right, all done with the sanding. This is what it looks like here. Nice and smooth with the board now. Now it came out pretty good. So did this one back here. And this one, I'm going to need to add more. You can see how it's not, still has this lip over here. And yeah, so far so good. So what I'm gonna do to this one is add the fiberglass cloth, this right here. Took it out of the package. This is what it looks like. And what we have to do is cut a piece to the size of the damage. So it's good size there. You're also gonna sand this down, so just going to mix more of the resin and hardener and then spread it on the cloth. Then we got the hardener here. Going to add that to the resin. I'm gonna do a few more drops than last time because it took a little while to dry the first time around. So I'm gonna do about 15 drops. Okay, so I have the fiberglass cloth in the resin now, and it's all dry and good to sand down. We are going to use 80 grit and that block, same process to sand it down. Then after that we will do the final coat, which is just the resin alone. It's just going to be that clear resin with the hardener over this after we sand it. This is what it looks like now with that fiberglass. Let's see if the camera can catch it. So this is what it looks like here with that fiberglass cloth inside the resin. I'm gonna sand this down. Use some other spots. All right, we're down to the final step. All we are going to use for this step, for the final coat, is the resin and the hardener. We're gonna mix that just like the other ones in the cup. And this should be a really light coat. And we use the finer grit sandpaper. We're gonna be sanding this with 180 and then 320 and see how it looks. All right, so here is one of the repairs. This is sanded with 80 right now. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick that up, but we're gonna do a really light coat. Final coat here. Just put a little bit on here and try to spread it around. And you're just covering up the scratches pretty much on this coat. You're not trying to fill anything in at this point, so you want that final coat after you sand it to be as smooth as possible. Alright, so for the final sand, I'm going to do 180 grit sandpaper, and I'm also have a bucket of water and some 600. We are going to wet sand the final coat after we do the 180 to make it nice and smooth, and so I'll sand and then I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. Alright, all done with the sanding, and this is what it looks like when it's all said and done. Now it's nice and smooth, and you can just tell from the you can tell the different color of the epoxy, because this one's clear, and whatever they used had a little yellow tint to it. So of course it doesn't match, it's not going to perfectly blend in, but when to the feel, it's nice and smooth. I have these up here, but they're also nice and smooth now. The next time you see this surfboard, it should be in the water. So thanks for watching. Hopefully this helps somebody out, and yeah, see you on the next one.